So guys, this video is just to tell you the things you need for this course, and the also things you need as a Premiere Pro subscription or access to Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, and a good laptop that can carry it. So first of all, the laptop. Now these are the minimum and recommended system requirements for opening Premiere Pro. Okay, either on Mac or on Windows. Okay, but this is for Windows. So you need an Intel 6th generation or newer CPU, so either 6th gen or above, okay, or an AMD Ryzen 1000 series or newer CPU. You get, so for a processor, it should be that Intel 6th gen, 7th gen, 8th gen, 9th gen, to get to. I think we are around 14th gen or 15th gen now. So you need either an Intel 6th generation processor, okay, or higher. You need 8 GB of RAM. You need your GPU, your graphics card. This is not your RAM. This is different from your RAM. Okay, your RAM, that is your random access memory space, should be at least 8 GB. You get. So if you're on a tight budget, make sure you get this. And I'm telling you, you need 8 GB of RAM. You need 8 GB of RAM to work with Premiere Pro. In fact, you need more than that, but you can start. It's the minimum requirements. Okay, so if you're working with phone, maybe 720 footage or 1080 footage, yeah, it can work, but you need at least 8 GB of RAM. Don't go out to the market and buy something below this. Okay, so, and I'm going to just show you how to check it when you go to the market in a bit. Okay, so then your GPU should be at least it's your dedicated graphics card. Premiere Pro is a CPU based software basically, but it requires you having a GPU for you to render and export your files quickly after editing. Okay, it helps you. So what a GPU is supposed to help you, this is free knowledge, but it's fine. A GPU is supposed to help you export your videos way faster than your CPU would. So what's supposed to take you like maybe an hour might take you like 25 to 30 minutes. And if you have a good GPU, less than that too. Okay, so you need at least 2 gig dedicated. And also in this, we still have a couple of specific graphics card that Premiere Pro supports, and they've stopped supporting. So maybe I'll just put this in the link. I'll link it later, and you can just go and watch it or access it and read this by yourself. Okay, so I'm just doing this to let's give you a heads up before you make the wrong choice. Okay, so there's also, like I told you, one for MacBook. It's also like that. It's also the same thing. If you have a MacBook, there's also a specs for that. Okay, so then to check it, all you need to just go to your let me close this because I've done it before. Hit Windows I, and so you can either hit Windows I, or you just go to your search for settings, and you go to system, then about. Okay, so this is one way to go about it. Okay, so you can see all the info you need here. You can see my storage is about 1.3 terabytes. You have my graphics card. Remember the let me place this side by side. Sorry, let me do this quickly. So I'm gonna put this side by side so you can see when they talked about my RAM. Okay, my Intel 6th gen or higher. Mine is an Intel Core i7 10th generation. So remember they said Intel 6th generation or higher. So I have a 10th generation PC, a i7. It doesn't matter. So I think, but what they are saying, you can either have, even if you have an i5 or an i3, but it's 6th gen, it can work. Okay, I will not recommend you going for an i3 laptop because it's going to frustrate you eventually when you're working with heavy files. So just let the minimum be for you. Let the minimum processor be an i5 for you. You get, so an i5 6th gen is decent. I use an i7. Okay, then my RAM, it said 8 gig RAM is minimum. I have a 48 gig RAM. You get, it's almost much. It sounds like it's much, but it's not. Actually plan of making this 64 or 128 if it can carry it. Okay, then my graphics card, this 2 gig here, mine is 6 gig. Okay, so you can see 8, and sometimes Premiere Pro can still act for this at times, but I really enjoy the specs I'm using. Okay, maybe this year I might upgrade something higher if I feel like it's time for a change. Yeah, so you can get this, and you can see even on the recommended specification, you can see this they're asking for an 11th gen or newer. So 11th gen is the recommended specs for an Intel for to work with Premiere Pro. So mine, if you're coming to the recommended version, mine is like a generation below, because mine is 10th gen and this is 11th gen. Okay, so Then the processor, of course, I have a 5.2. It's a double processor, 2.6 gig. Here, as you can see, 2.6 and 2.5. So that's just it. Okay, it's also the same thing here, Intel Core i7. Yeah, so you can see. So you can see 32 gig or more for 4K and higher, 16 gig RAM for HD media. So you can see, yeah, my RAM is not so bad. You get um so that's it for the PC you need to get, for the laptop you need to get. So you make sure you get this. Like I said, don't go below an i5 processor. Okay. Then secondly, you need a Creative Cloud subscription or access to Premiere Pro. This is a Creative Cloud dashboard, but that's not what I'm looking for. And you can see the price is outrageous. You pay 118,000 naira per month for the first year, and subsequently it's almost 100,000 naira per month. And of course, what else in Nigeria, we know how much we have and how much we make our minimum wage, so it is currently outrageous. Yeah, but because you're registered for this community, I would just, if you need a Premiere Pro subscription, I'm going to give you this for either way less than this. Yeah, so I can promise I can promise this amount for either 6 months or a year. It's the prices fluctuate, but I have a partnership with an Adobe enterprise customer that can just give us this at a very subsidized rate. Okay, yeah, you can also get your free trial and try it for like 7 days or so. Yeah, but if you still want to push this and make use of Premiere Pro and you pursue it as a career, yeah, you can just drop a chat or indicate interest in the community, and I'll reach out to you and we can get that ready. Sure, you get. Okay, so it's very expensive, yeah, like I said, but it's kind of worth it if we could afford it, okay? Because the Creative Cloud subscription is not just giving you access to Premiere Pro, okay? It gives you access to all this, a lot of, let me know if you can pull this out, to all these applications, okay? So you have all these, you have Illustrator, you have Acrobat, you have Photoshop, you have Firefly and AI software, you have Audition for audio, you have After Effects, which is another crazy, which will require another crazy tutorial. You have Lightroom, you have Media Encoder, you have a lot of applications open to you for this. Okay, so it's not totally bad, but like I said, I get that things can be really expensive, and I think there's another option too for you to just get Premiere Pro if it's just Premiere you want. Yeah, I think it's just, if I can find that. Yes, let's see. If you just want to just get only Premiere Pro, I think there's a way we can just pay for it. So I think we have a way to pay for it. It's way cheaper. Okay, so let me just get this quickly. Okay, yeah, you can see it. Okay, so I think it's just 62,000 naira per month, which is still too expensive. Okay, so they're giving you 60,000 naira per month for Premiere Pro versus you paying 118k per month for all this. If you have any questions regarding this, just let me know and I'll be quick to answer you. So thank you. Let's move on to the next class.